A few years back, I was told that there's a gate to hell, to Satan's house, in the river between Port Harcourt and Okrika. And I decided to go to see Satan. And I gave them my car to drive it from the roadside to Okrika. I decided to take a boat to go to see Satan. So I went to the waterfront and asked, is there anybody who goes to church here who is a Christian? That's the boat I want to use, because I know that that's the only one who will agree with me. They said, there's an Assemblies of God churchman here. I said, come, I want to hire your boat. How much? He told me. I gave him the money. I said, you are taking me to Okrika? He said, yes, sir. So as soon as we took off and got into the sea, I said, there's a place they say is Satan's gate to his house. He said, that's what they are told. I said, that's where I'm going. He looked at me. He said, sir, nobody goes there. I said, you see today, me, that's where I'm going. He said, sir, I didn't pay, he didn't collect money from me to go there. He collected money for Okrika. I said, okay, what's the extra cost to take me there and to Okrika? He says, sir, he won't collect. He's not going there. So a little bit further, I said, stop. He stopped. I asked him, do you want to continue to live after today? He said, yes. I said, have you met me before? He said, no. I said, after today, you'll be a dead man if you don't take me there. The only reason why you will be alive after today is if you take me there. I guarantee you, nothing will happen to you, but don't refuse to go there. And today will be your last day on earth. He said, oh God, what do you do me now? I said, shh. And I said to him, it's your choice, your life, or you take me there. Don't you ever think, before even you get to Okrika, you know, they will push this boat with your corpse inside. So the man began to shiver. I said, let's go there, take me. So that's that same spot where they say, if you get there, you disappear. You will appear to where Satan is. So that's where I'm going. And you'll be safe. He began to sing one song. I don't know what the song means, but he changed it, and then we went to some place, and he said, okay, it's there. I said, let's go there, let's go there, let's go there. And he sang that song loud and loud and loud. Oh God. And I said to him, haven't you got to be? He said, organ at this place. Nobody they come here. So I said, well, Satan, did you go on vacation? Because I came today to prove a point that you can't continue to hold Okrika in bondage. And if you won't open your gate and let me see you, you are bold enough to meet me, then your terror over that land is finished. We hovered around that place. I asked him, move round, move round. Maybe you haven't hit the right corner of the gate. We moved around. By the time I'm talking, the man was sweating like Christmas goat. We moved round. And I said, now you go ahead to Okrika. I'll pay you extra for coming here. He said, okay, no, I'm not going to collect money. Just go. He took me to Okrika. I entered into Okrika. And then after a while, my people arrived. I asked them to go to the four corners of the field that is at the Anglican church, near the Anglican cathedral. I told them what to do. I told them, in your direction, you know, we're going to raise altar at this field. And to the end of Okrika, wherever any altar exists, let that altar be demolished by this altar. I raised that altar, stood at the center of the field. They stayed at the four corners, facing every direction, projecting that altar all through Okrika. After that, I had a crusade with all the churches. It was beautiful. I left. Shortly, a few weeks after, they had a quarrel with Eleme, and they picked up weapons to fight. Normally, there's a shrine where they go after they've gone through the rituals. If you cut them with machete, it will not hurt them. If you shoot them with gun, it will not hurt them. They went through the rituals and nothing happened. It didn't work. So they were afraid because they knew it was a risky thing going to face Eleme people without the protection of those demons that have kept them over the years. And so they went to the elders and said, there's trouble. None of the things that worked before is working anymore. The elder says, well, they should bring sacrifice of all sorts. And they did. Nothing worked. So the elder said, well, it could be the spirits left for whatever reason. And they should go to somewhere around Bonny. They told them somewhere in Bonny where they invoked the spirit from the water to Eleme. Now, that proves a case that wherever they tell you there's a spirit, that spirit is not a native of that place. That spirit was invited from somewhere to that other place. You are the rightful owners of the land. The spirits are not natives in any place. So they had to go to that place to present cows, sacrifices to the demons in the deep sea, Atlantic Ocean. And then they took their elders, and the spirit asked them, where were they when Mossy Madugba came and asked them to leave the town? They returned to Okrika. This is a true story. And the town crier went around and said, Mossy Madugba is banned from coming to Okrika from now onwards. But they brought the spirit back after I left. The churches had to go to court, for the court to rule that I am free to visit Okrika. What am I saying? They went to this shrine where they normally meet with demons and spirits, and they didn't find them because the altars have been destroyed. And so when you destroy the altars, you close the gates and the doors through which these demons enter your communities to do havoc. That was why one time I just got mad in this state, and I took many people, some of you are here, and we went from village to village and pulling these things down and destroying them to reduce the activity of witchcraft and wickedness in the state. And that's why I'm very uncomfortable with anybody who will allow Satan send him to come here. And if you go back normal, then they will think you succeeded. So either you get saved, or I send you back in a shape, they will know you jammed rock.